So today I want to explain my topic which I choose. The topic call it air quality and urban sustainability. So in the first slide I wrote my group and my faculty and my name, and my topic which I choose. So in the next slide I want to show the most dangerous air pollutants in the world. So I put in the data set them, and after that I took these data from very clear and checked the sources. So that's why there are the air pollutants, which called, first of all, PM 2.5. The second one is O3, it's ozone. So the next one is NO2, is nitrogen dioxide, and the next one is PM10, and the last one is SO2, it's a sulfur dioxide. So air quality and urban sustainability. Air quality is a key factor in urban sustainability because it directly affects human health. So environment quality and daily life in cities. So as cities grow, increased traffic, industrial activity, power plants, and construction release large amounts of pollutants in the air. So that's why these emissions reduce air quality and how can I explain? And make urban environments unhealthy. So especially in densely populated areas, this poor air quality also increases healthcare costs and reduce productivity. So making it both an environmental and economic problem for cities. To be sustainable, they must control air pollution while continuing to grow and to develop. So the next one so the next one, it's PM 2.5 and other oil pollutants, which I said before this. So urban air contains several harmful pollutants, like including, how I said before, PM 2.5, ozone, nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide, and exactly PM10. But the PM 2.5 is the most dangerous because its tiny particles can travel deep into the lungs and even the bloodstream. So these particles mainly come from vehicle exhausts, factories, burning fuels, and dust from construction sites. So ozone forms when sunlight reacts with pollution, and creates smoke, making breathing difficult. Nitrogen dioxide and sulfur dioxide irritate the lungs and contribute to respiratory diseases. So together, these pollutants significantly reduce air quality in cities and exactly add more and more different illnesses to our health. So the second one, why air quality matters. I wrote in this page the main the why air quality matters, the information of this. So air pollution is not just how can I say an environmental issue, but it's a serious public health problem. So long-term exposure to polluted air increases the risk of asthma, lung diseases, heart attacks, and early deaths. So that's why in the sites of our world and in the whole these countries where these countries are not developed or developing, there are a lot of illnesses than developed countries because they have how can I explain, the sustainable lifestyle, and that's why they can access the different kind of illnesses with I can how I can say with proper way or with just more accessibility. So according to global health estimates, air pollution causes around 7 million deaths every year. Children, older adults, and people with existing health problems are especially vulnerable because they cannot access these whole diseases and other things. So urban residents are at higher risk because pollution sources are concentrated in cities. How I said before, and improving air quality is essential for protecting human health and ensuring livable cities. So the next one is air pollution, inequality, and exactly sustainability. I show even the graph of that of this topic. So the impacts of air pollution are not evenly distributed. So developing countries often experience higher pollution levels due to rapid urbanization, weaker environmental regulations, and older technologies. How I said in the previous previous slides. So within cities, low-income and marginalized communities are usually more exposed to pollution because they live near busy roads, so factories or industrial zones. So many people in these communities work outdoors, increasing their exposure. So limited access to healthcare further worsens the health effects, so making air pollution a major social justice issue. Uh, so PM 2.5 trends and health impacts exactly. I showed them in these two slides. The first of all and the second one, and there are the maps. Yeah, the map, and I took the page of map which I get from the real source websites. So I used Kaggle, I used World Bank, and others too. I used 4 or 5 different kind of websites. So in this, how can I say, in this map we can see the PM 2.5 pollution across countries and over time. So across this whole our world. So in our recent years, some regions have successfully reduced PM 2.5, but through stricter air quality laws and cleaner technologies. But global health impacts continue to rise. This because population are growing, how can I say, fastest in the polluted regions, and aging population are more vulnerable to pollution-related diseases. So as a result, even small levels of long-term exposure can lead to serious health outcomes. So this shows that reducing pollution alone is not enough. Cities must also protect vulnerable populations too, like we said before, these older people, like people with very serious illnesses, so children, and etc. In this slide, it's related to this previous slide too, but I showed the two graphs. This first graph is about PM 2.5 exposure, the global and around the whole world. So in the second slide, I show the health impacts to these PM 2.5, and it's to globals, these the whole continents, the countries which I wrote and which I find. So the second one, no, not second one. The next one is also waste generation. So waste generation with the green spaces. These two topics also related to each other, and that's why I wrote them. But I wrote them in the two slides. So the first one is waste generation with these different topics: waste, water waste 2.5, and collaboration tools, performance analytics, challenges, recycling, and recovery. So and green spaces too, about these urban green spaces. So waste generation is another major challenge for sustainable cities. The world produces over 2 billion tons of municipal solid waste each year. So in this amount is expected to increase rapidly. In many low-income countries, most waste is mismanaged through open dumping or burning. So this releases harmful pollutants into the air and contributes to climate change. So and contaminates land and water too. Poor waste management also increases the risk of diseases, environmental disasters in urban areas too. So, waste pollution directly affect urban green spaces, such as parks and public open area. So when waste is not properly collected, so it breaks down into smaller particles, and including microplastics, which spread through soil and grass. And by effects, the study shows that park soils in many cities contain microplastic from, how can I say, litter and waste. These pollutants harm plants, insects, people, and soil organisms too. All of these things which are surround us. So, how can I say this? Protecting green spaces is essential for clean air and mental health and the whole is, how can I say, an overall urban sustainability. And I think that's all. I took the whole links of map and of diagrams, and that's all.